What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. And on this next service call, what's supposed to be just first annual central air conditioning maintenance for this new residential client turns out to be a case of who done it? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We encountered sabotage. They thought their system was working. But not when someone cuts the wire in half. It's 80 in here, and it's set for 75. There's the evaporator coil. I did not expect to see it like this, that's for sure. Wow. Nothing's going on with that. The flow switch is not wired in. We have interesting. Some kind of smell injection system for the ductwork. All right, blower's working, so we have 24 volts and we have the motors running, so let's go check outside. All right, there's our outdoor unit. I don't hear anything. They've got the outdoor unit outside in front of the house. There's the line set, which goes up into that mess right there. The contactor is not pulled in. We'll get back to that in a hot minute. So this service call was dispatched as a maintenance, but we're here for a repair. All right, I got my tool bag. Let's take a look at our model, serial number. What do we got here? A little 48, 4-ton. 23. Oh man, it's a heat pump. I don't like heat pumps. I really don't. And I'll tell you why. Just like oil, I've never really been formally trained on heat pumps. I may know air conditioning, but when you throw in a reversing valve and controls for that, well, let's just say that there are others that are more qualified than myself. What do you want to bet's not wired correctly? Let me tell you what I've been doing for the last 25 minutes. Checking continuity. So I pulled out my low voltage control wiring from that little hole. Instead of you going there, they use that little hole and they wrapped it around the line voltage for whatever reason. So upstairs at the air handler, I disconnected the wiring and I twisted the blue and the yellow wire together, and then I used my voltmeter to check for continuity, and I had none. So then I was like, you know what? Okay, let's try the white and black, 2 unused wires, twist them together, and I went up in the attic, and there was no continuity. So then I went up in the attic. Hoping I'm gonna go in there. So then I'm checking this wire here right? Which is in this disaster of a line hide, right? And I come down here and I pull on this, and this is what I see. The line clearly cut. Clearly cut. There's no other way of sugarcoating that. That is a clear cut when someone took a knife or a pair of pliers and cut that. I didn't let them know yet, but man, what a shit show. Hi. Do you want me to explain to your daughter what I found, or can I explain to you?
No.
Okay, let's get her on the phone. Because me, un poquito español.
Espérate, deja ponerte lo que te quiere hablar.
Hi.
Hey.
You have a minute?
Yep.
Okay. I found the problem.
Oh, okay.
Someone deliberately cut the wire and hit it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, your dog just vomited on the floor, by the way. I guess your dog wasn't happy with that news either.
No.
So when's the last time the actual air conditioning blew out cold air?
Last summer. And after that, we had... I paid someone to change the thermometer for the winter.
The thermostat or
The thermostat.
the thermostat upstairs? You know, on top of the stairs.
Upstairs one. Uh-huh.
You paid someone to change the thermostat.
Thermostat, yes, because it wasn't working.
Okay.
So that was the last time that someone messed with stuff up there.
And did it work?
Yeah, it actually did. For the winter, it worked.
Now you have two different type of heating systems. Are you aware of
So
that?
that's the thing. I don't know. Yeah, because I have the boiler. And
You
then
have like a steam boiler in the basement.
Uh-huh.
And then
So
you
I
also
wonder if
have,
it was working.
and you also have, it may have been, and you also have, through your air conditioning system, you have what we call a heat pump. So the outdoor unit will run in the winter. Oh, your dog just got growled at me. And your outdoor unit will run in the winter to provide heat.
Yeah.
So when's the last time you saw that spinning around outside?
Honestly, I don't even remember.
Okay.
Not gonna lie.
I'm just going to reconnect the wire. It's best to replace the wire from point A to point B, but for testing purposes and to give you just some comfort cooling for now, if I reconnect those wires and reconnect what I disconnected because I was testing to see where the wire is broken, the system should work as long as no other problems. In my opinion, this is sabotage. You know, it's not like the wires, was hit by a weed whacker. It's a clear cut, and it was hidden behind the piping, and wrapped with electric tape. Like someone deliberately wanted to hide that for, I don't know, maybe job security. I have no idea, but maybe they figured you'll call them when something's not working right.
That was the person that originally did our system.
Ah.
Yep,
Okay.
So probably that.
So last summer it did cool. It cooled. Okay. So I'm gonna reconnect this stuff, and hopefully we're good.
Yeah, it wasn't that strong, but it cooled. It definitely, the outside system definitely was on last summer.
Okay. Very good. All right. Let me keep doing more testing. I just wanted you to just get that update. I'm gonna reconnect this. I'll still recommend the electrician for you.
Me?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I can show it to the electrician.
Yep. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, let me go outside. I'm going to do some work out there, and then we'll turn on the AC. Hopefully everything else is muy bueno. You're welcome. There's no other words to explain it. That was sabotage. That was deliberately cut. A weed whacker does not do that kind of damage behind a line set that's covered with electric tape. Someone, whether it was the guy who was here last or maybe the neighbor, someone sabotaged this system, and that's facts. Because this wire this wire and that wire, you can't make that up, and this was behind there. That was right there. So I'm gonna have to run a new wire from here to there because it's not long enough. All right, there's my new splice connection. I got it behind the gutter. And I didn't have any zip ties, so I just reused what was there. And I bring it in here, and there's all my splice connections. R, common, OB, and Y, all connected there. Let's connect the wiring at the air handler and hope she works. All right, these are a thermostat. So R, common, fan, Y, OB, and this is coming from my condensing unit. They're all tight. I'm triple checking this because the C wire was basically broken off, and the R and C, when I first got here, they weren't even in position. They were just hanging out there. Let's turn this on and hope for the best. See, in the attic, I found this. That's all intact. And then I also found another line set too, which matches up to the abandoned one that's over there by the air handler. But this goes all the way over there. Hopefully this works. System weight. System weight. Let's see. There's a 1 minute delay for compressor at the thermostat. All right, let's see. Nothing yet. Oh yeah, we had a little bit of a time delay here at the compressor. So I have, as long as my reversing valve is programmed correctly at the thermostat, this is starting to feel like it's cold air. I may have to reverse the OB settings where the reversing valve is energized in cooling mode, not in heating mode. Let's feel. Yeah, this is hot. And that is hotter. Yeah, let's reverse this is hot. That's hot. Woo. And that's like hot. That's blazing hot, by the way. So let's reverse that, because right now we're blowing out hot air out of the vents. Password is directly behind the thermostat. No. Next, yes. Oh, heat pump. Okay. OB on cool, next. One stage, no backup. Done. I may have to power cycle it. Home, system weight. There it is. Hopefully it reverses outside with no problem. All right, ambient temperature. Spin this around a few times. 80 degrees, wow. Discharge temperature. I don't check refrigerant on a system unless I suspect there's a problem with the refrigeration cycle. We're at 90 degrees. Well, according to my Apple Watch, ambient is 69, but my digital psychrometer, I hope she ain't lying. Spin around a few more times here. Oh, it's 81 degrees here. Let's check our return and supply temperatures. 72 and dropping here in the dining room. Kitchen 71. 77.5 degrees return temperature. That's reading 78. The bathroom is 69. Maybe 68 and dropping. Bedroom, second floor, also 69. 66.8 in this other bedroom on the second floor. We got a 4-ton system for a 1,200 square foot house. Let's check our temperatures and pressures of the refrigerant, because I need a 15-degree delta T minimum with this grossly oversized system. All right, head downstairs, and as I'm walking out the door, the abuela is up like this at the vent. She goes, "It's working." And I go, "It's functional, but it could be better." So I got the JB Comfort Class, Climate Class wireless refrigeration probes. Let's see what she's doing here. I gotta give it a minute. Looking pretty sad looking. So I got my low pressure probe connected, my high pressure probe connected, my suction temperature clamp on, my liquid temperature probe clamped on. Take a look at that, by the way. Yeah, that's someone's brazing work right there. See that? Yeah. Yep. I got TXV system with 2.5 degrees of subcooling. We undercharged. System is below ideal range. Low subcooling. Low subcooling occurs when the condenser is starved for refrigerant and is typically an indication of a refrigerant undercharge. Low subcooling is not typically a singular symptom. It can also be a result of a charge migration into the evaporator. Verify both superheat and subcooling prior to adjusting charge. Superheat is at 2.1 degrees, subcooling is at 3. We're undercharged. All right, I'm going to screenshot this before picture with 3.6 degrees of subcooling. My line is condensing. It's wet and it's beer can cold, but it is not properly cooling. So we're going to add some refrigerant. I got my 410A. I got my scale. I'm going to guess probably around 2 pounds. Factoring in the 7/8 line and the 4-ton system when it should be a 2.5-ton system. And at that moment, ladies and gentlemen, I had that aha moment. Half of the evaporator coil, maybe even less than the evaporator coil, is actually taking in return air. Remember that opening scene? Let's take a look at that again. I just noticed this. They're pulling the air on the side of a coil. They made it like a side return. Oh my God, hacks bring me stacks. They need a new air handler. Or just redo the ductwork and raise up the air handler and bring the return air more underneath, or just maybe do an open air return. Disgusting. So it turns out that the neighbor installed this system for them. Apparently he works for a mechanical contractor, and on the side he installs central air conditioning systems. Yep. Let that sink in for a moment, folks. Let that sink in for a moment. I am still trying to get my head wrapped around the idea on how a 4-ton system is appropriate for an 1,125 square foot home. Could someone explain that to me, please? Let me get your thoughts and feedback in the comment section down below, and explain that to me in the comment section down below. How is it that 48,000 BTUs is sufficient for a home slightly larger than 1,100 square foot? We have a Cape Cod style home where the second floor has 2 bedrooms, a little hallway, and a bathroom. We have a first floor consisting of a dining, living, and kitchen area. It looks like they took one of the bedrooms and made a laundry area on the first floor. There is no ducts in the basement off of the 4-ton system. Can't make this shit up, folks. Can't make it up. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.